This training video is produced by the Arkansas Army National Guard and covers PMCS, which stands for Preventative Maintenance Checks and Services. For the High Mobility Multipurpose Wheeled Vehicle Series, in accordance with Technical Manual 9-2320-387-10, Work Packages 0092 through 0097. PMCS is not optional. It is the foundation of Army readiness. A vehicle that is not maintained is a vehicle that fails in the field. The purpose of the PMCS table is to give you a systematic method to inspect and service your equipment so that small defects are caught early, before they become major problems that cause mission failure. Before we begin, let's establish the 4 primary variants you'll encounter in the Arkansas National Guard. Understanding which variant you are operating is critical, because several PMCS steps apply to only specific models. The M1151 is the Enhanced Armament Carrier, the base up-armored platform commonly used for patrol and convoy operations. Pay close attention when you see M1151A1 only notations in the TM. That designation indicates a subvariant with specific armament and gunner restraint system requirements. The M1152 is a cargo troop carrier, the workhorse variant used for logistics movement, troop transport, and general utility missions. It shares most PMCS checks with the M1151 but does not carry the same weapon station hardware. The M1165 is a special purpose variant configured for command and control, communications, or staff roles. It shares a basic HMMWV powertrain and chassis. The M1167 is the tow missile carrier, and it carries the most model-specific PMCS callouts of any variant in this TM. When you see M1167 only in a PMCS setup, that check involves systems unique to that platform. If you are assigned an M1167, you must also refer to the separate tow ITAS PMCS manual in addition to this TM. ITAS stands for Improved Target Acquisition System. Before you conduct your PMCS, ensure that you have the correct TM for that vehicle and DA Form 5988 Echo. Left front and side exterior. Get down and actually look under the truck for any leaks, cracked hoses, or anything that may be out of place. You're looking for oil leaks, coolant leaks, or fuel. It is very important that you know and understand there are 3 classes of leaks. A Class 1 leak is wetness or discoloration that does not form drops. You can continue to operate, but monitor fluid levels more frequently. A Class 2 leak is great enough to form drops, but not enough for drops to fall from the item being checked. Report to your supervisor, but operation is generally allowable, except for brake fluid. A Class 3 leak is a leakage great enough for drops to fall from the item. This is a hard stop. Report Class 3 leaks immediately. Any brake fluid leakage at any class must be reported immediately. Do not operate with a brake fluid leak under any circumstances. Then check the body panels. While checking tires, visually inspect each tire for underinflation and defects. Look for cuts, bulges, embedded objects, uneven wear, and sidewall damage. Note that the radial tire is a bidirectional tire. The tread may be positioned in either direction, so don't confuse tread orientation as a defect. The rear exterior. Walk to the back of the vehicle. Again, look underneath the truck for any leaks or anything out of place. Check the rear bumper, towing loops, and body panels for damage. If you plan to tow a trailer, check the bumper brackets so the trailer doesn't rip off while you're driving. Right front and side exterior. Do the exact same thing you did on the left side. Look under the right side for any leaks or anything out of place. And check the body panels for any dents, missing parts that would make driving unsafe. Front exterior. Look directly at the front grille and hood. Check for broken parts and look underneath the center of the engine for any leaks. On the front bumper, you will notice 2 tow loops. Those are called shackles. You want to ensure that nothing is broken, loose, or missing. Power steering reservoir. Pop the hood and look at the front of the engine. There's a small clear window, a sight glass. If the engine is cold, the fluid should sit right in the middle of the window. Check brake fluid before vehicle operation and recheck if brakes feel soft, spongy, weak, or if any leak is suspected. Brake fluid must be at the proper level with no signs of contamination or leakage. Check engine oil with dipstick before operation.
Oil level must be between the proper marks and oil should appear serviceable. Report low oil, overfill, leaks, or contaminated oil.
Serpentine drive belts and pulleys. You will see a big, thick rubber belt winding around several metal wheels that are called pulleys. The belt should not be cracked, frayed on the edges, or hanging off of the pulleys. The metal wheels should not be wobbly. Major safety warning. Never open the radiator cap if the engine is hot or pressurized. Boiling water will spray out and burn you. Cooling system. Look at the plastic coolant tank. The liquid should be at or slightly above the full cold line. When checking the doors, open them and make sure that they swing freely. When you close the doors, ensure the combat locks are properly working. Repeat this step for all doors on the vehicle. When checking your seats and seat belts, sit in the driver's seat. If available, make sure the adjustment lock is securely in place so you don't slide backwards when hitting the gas. Visually inspect the seat belts and make sure it clicks tight and isn't ripped. Make sure that it is functional. When you check the fire extinguisher, make sure it isn't missing or damaged. Check the safety pin and look at the dial gauge. This needs to point in the green area, around 150 psi. There should also be an identification tag showing the last date that it was checked. Make sure it is up to date. If your truck has the automatic fire system, check its pressure dials to ensure they are in between 9 to 12 psi. Also look at the sensor's LED eye. It should have a solid green light and shouldn't be covered in dust. Checking your gear shifter levers. Press the brake pedal, move the main transmission shift lever through all the gears, park, reverse, neutral, drive, all that are available, to make sure it glides smoothly. Put it in neutral and check the transfer case shift lever, the lever that controls the four-wheel drive. Ensure that it smoothly shifts from 4 high to neutral, 4 low, and any other gears that are available. To check your instrument panel, turn the ignition switch to run, but do not start the engine yet. The wait to start and brake warning light should turn on. Now you wait until the wait light turns off, which means the glow plugs are preheated and now it is safe to start the vehicle.
Ensure your headlights are on while testing the horn. When checking the windshield wiper fluid dispenser, press it in. Check windshield wipers for proper operations. Blades must clear the windshield without skipping, streaking, or binding. Check all exterior lights for proper operation. Headlights low, low beam, left, right turn signals, hazards if required, and brake lights.
Look at your gauges like a pilot. You want to check your oil pressure. It should not be too low. Voltmeter. Also check your air filter restriction gauge. Make sure the indicator isn't in the red. Brakes. Release the parking brake. The red brake light should turn off. When checking the fuel, make sure you actually have enough gas to start and complete your mission. Check your coolant temperature gauge. Check the transmission indicator light. When checking the air conditioner, turn the AC on. After 5 minutes, feel the vents to ensure that cold air is blowing. To check your steering, with the engine running, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left and all the way to the right. It should move smoothly without getting stuck while you rotate the steering wheel. To check your brakes, release the parking brake, put the truck in drive and let it roll forward just a few inches. Press the brake pedal. The pedal should not move more than 1.5 inches before the truck actually stops. To check your parking brake, next pull the parking brake handle up until it clicks. Put the truck in gear. Ensure the truck doesn't move when you release the brake pedal. Check your roof turret weapon station. If your truck has a gun turret on the roof, rotate the gunner's turret in a full 360-degree circle 5 times in both directions. It should not grind or bind up. If you have a manual traversing unit, check the crank handle and gears that are used to spin the turret. Make sure nothing is bent, broken, or missing screws and everything is properly engaging. Now we move into the during operation on your PMCS. While you are driving, you need to constantly scan your dashboard. Oil pressure should stay around 40 to 45 psi while driving. Your coolant temperature gauge. Do not let the engine get any hotter than 250 degrees. If the overheat light comes on, pull over immediately and notify your chain of command. Voltmeter. Make sure you aren't losing any electrical power. That the gauge needle is in the green. If the brake light turns on while you're driving, your brakes are failing. When looking at the speedometer, the needle should be steady, not bouncing around erratically. Now that you've made it to your destination, it is time to do your after PMCS. Check your gear shifter levers for the four-wheel drive and also the transmission. Use the initial gear shifting process as you did earlier, ensuring that everything still functions properly. To check your transmission fluid, pull the transmission dipstick, wipe it. Now insert a second time for your correct reading. Checking your fuel filter. Turn the engine off, find the fuel filter, and open the drain valve. The vehicle fuel system incorporates a water separator. Ensure there are no leaks. If there's any trapped water in, it will drop out. You must drain accumulated water from the fuel filter drain cock weekly. Walk around and inspect all the tires again. Driving may cause new wear and deformation. Cuts, bulges, or pick up objects like nails or rocks that may have penetrated the tire. Check your outside mirrors to make sure they didn't get cracked or smashed by tree branches while driving, and ensure they're not missing any hardware. When checking rear doors, referred to as the back hatch, make sure the rear doors close tightly. In military situations, the door must seal perfectly to ensure operational integrity. Once your inspection is complete, fill out your 5988 Echo form listing all deficiencies found for maintenance to repair prior to mission operations. A permanent record of all services, repairs, and modifications must be kept on DA Form 5988 Echo. Remember, doing your before, during, and after PMCSing on your vehicles isn't just for operational integrity. It is also to ensure the safety and well-being of you and everyone around you.